I heard an interesting perspective on the internet that goes something like this. The seven wonders of the world are to touch, to taste, to see, to hear, to feel, to laugh, and to love. A very interesting perspective. This got me thinking. All these seven are responsible for creating memories, pleasant ones or maybe distasteful ones. The memories we share with people define the relationship type that we have spent with them. And so if we aim, with our partners only to begin with, to create only warm feelings when we touch, to compliment whatever we taste, be it their food or their lips, to be lit up with joy every time we see them after a few hours, to close your eyes and smile gently on whatever you hear them say, even if it's not very pleasant, to find humor in everything and laugh with them from your heart, and to love so much that you can forgive anything. If both of you can work on it this way, you will be setting a beautiful example for everyone around you. But what's better is that you will be protecting and guarding your relationship properly, the way it's supposed to be guarded. Your relationship should not need a third person or a mediator ever. If you live to make your partner complete and your partner lives to make you complete, you only have each other. You found each other, and so live for each other. So, the number one rule to maintain a healthy and lasting relationship: don't stigmatize. We learn new things every day. We are open to new ideas and new ways of life every day. We welcome it every day. As we evolve and grow, it's important to be open to learning new skills to keep growing, either at a job or in a relationship or in life. We learn about finances, and we learn about geography, and we learn about politics. We learn new sports and how to do new things and new tasks every day. While you're learning all these new things, take a pause, okay? What was the last thing you did? The last time you reflected on how to learn to be better with people? If you haven't thought about it yet, then let me tell you the one thing that you must avoid at all costs. Don't let emotions in the way when learning something new or dealing with someone new. The problem is that it's almost impossible to detach our emotions during personal interactions with people in our lives. But a fact to consider is that we don't get emotional when we study investments. We don't get emotional when we study real estate or science. Anything we are learning to improve our jobs, we don't get emotional over. Take this very approach in your relationship. Being emotional over new habits or new attitudes should not happen. Your partner's new ways of things should not be a threat to you. You both are constantly growing. If your partner is being unreasonable today or this week, don't get emotional. Learn. Anything you learn, you can handle. It's important to be very cautious of what type of persona you build in your head about your partner. That becomes a very dangerous territory for you and your relationship. If you focus on the negatives without attempting to understand it, that is very dangerous. Sure, your partner may have been inappropriate or worse a few times, but it's still wrong to judge or label your own partner because you don't know what all they're dealing with if you are judging them. What happens many times is because we sleep and wake up next to the same person for 3 years and 4 years and 10 years. It gets mentally impossible to block out all the habits that we over time have built an annoyance towards, which ironically in many cases was the same one thing that you loved about your partner in the start. It's easy to assume a certain negative trait in your partner because it's been repeated so many times. But don't judge, because that's not who they are. They just don't know any better, and that's why they aren't realizing, and that's why they don't even attempt to cover their hindrances subconsciously. Over time, many people feel their partners just talk big, and don't deliver. Or if anything is going to get done, I might as well do it myself because they will never do it. Or I might as well just do it myself because they are unreliable. Or is it something new that you've made your judgments on? What happens in these cases is we then use tunnel vision and we aren't really seeing it through because we are all wrapped up in our own emotions and our own point of views on certain behaviors. Your partner may not even know what they are doing is such a big deal. That's why I said in my previous session, dialogue is the most important ingredient in successful relationships. You have to change your ways to become more observing, more rational, more realistic when your partner starts acting irregularly. Getting on the same temperament as them, that won't help. Number 2, scrap the intimacy. Now, this is only if you are fairly new in your relationship, and I understand that it's trending these days to abstain from sex until commitment. If this is the case, you have made the right decision. In fact, for anyone who is watching, I would say that if you are still not married and it's a ways away, and if you haven't reached a level of intimacy with your partner as yet besides light romantic gestures, which I understand is highly improbable, nonetheless, if you are in that situation, then do consider not getting into any acts of intimacy or not having sex with your partner until the both of you are completely aligned on your values as well. Until the both of you have enough in common to be excited to make a commitment to each other, that's when you take the next step. Leaving sex out of the relationship puts the relationship to a test right at the start. And better tested here than once you are committed or heartbroken. Maybe prolong it to a date until when you are able to give and receive a serious commitment. Being a woman in this situation is a bit easier than being a guy from the hormonal disturbances, which makes men have the constant need to release the pressure. And when it's a girl you like and she likes you back, abstaining becomes harder. But it's the best thing you can ever imagine doing for yourself and your partner. And there is nothing more manly than putting your morals and your long-term vision into the relationship before anything else. And if you can control your testosterones by putting morality first, wow. Our world needs more warriors like you around, my friend. When two people are in love, they are going to unintentionally hurt each other. It's not about exchange of words or acts or idea or money. When you have an exchange of feelings, it comes with pain. Even being in a perfect relationship will bring grief to you caused by your partner. You can look at grief as optional. If that's something you really don't want in your life at all, then you don't have to have it. But in order for that, you can't fall in love. You can't have friends. You can't attend funerals. You can't get attached to pets. You can't love your children or your parents or your partner. So now you decide. Are you more afraid of grief, or are you willing to pay that price from time to time to be able to have love in your life? Number 3, be transparent with your reassurances. Okay? So, many times, couples don't have anything to hide, yet they have a discipline they follow on privacy. While everyone's privacy must be respected, if you have nothing to hide and your partner wants to go through your phone, you should be like, sure, babe, here you go. Here's the password. In fact, you should keep your phone password common. Keep your email and your social media passwords common. You won't believe the power there is in that. That's not toxic at all. Okay? That's building trust. Not cooperating and resisting is toxic, because then it puts your partner in an insecure situation. And no, you can't justify it by thinking that they asked you for your phone because they don't trust you. Whatever their reason is, if it's something that will bring ease to them, why not? What's the cost of reassuring someone? Here, Take the reassurance. How easy is that? Don't make it so hard. And if your partner is already giving you all the transparency you require, then you too must not hold back. Don't be afraid from previous experiences to give your partner all if they are giving you their all. Okay? Don't hold back because you feel you're going to get hurt based on past experiences, whether with the same person or a new person. Take the chance or you will never love again. And that would truly be a sad thing. Trust is constantly built, and healthy relationships do this to build trust. Everyone who enters our life brings both joy and sorrow, and you do the same when you enter another life. This is the way of the world. It's our moral responsibility to remove as much sorrow and discomfort from the lives of other human beings, from the lives of people in our communities, from the lives of people in our families. We need to reduce as much sorrow and discomfort from the lives of our partners. Just remember, don't stigmatize. Refrain from building a negative persona about your partner. Scrap the intimacy if you aren't intimate yet, and be transparent in your reassurances. Do watch the second part to this video, which completes the 7 points on how to always maintain a healthy, loving, long-lasting relationship. Adopting these steps can get challenging at times, but it will be all so worth it in the end. Be safe, be positive, and keep taking care of each other.